Shalom. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sop. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawam Ben Yashua in Jacksonville, Florida. But first I have to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Akims, and to the women and children in Paleo-Hebrew, ancient Hebrew language. Kal Halayim La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim Ha Rokah Kodash Mahamah, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in holy, in spirit, and in truth. Double honors to the 144,000 chosen elect. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder Hawam. Salutation to the Yakims on the four corners of the earth, and to the women and children, Shalom. Okay, well, keeping track with everything that's going on in this wicked kingdom that is not our kingdom to begin with, right? It says here that President Trump ordered police to be more aggressive, right? So he's going to talk a little bit about it. I believe he's going to show you the, I don't know if they call it a law that they wrote, or policy, or what. But anyway, the title of this lesson, what hast thou to do to declare my statute? I'll pray a little bit of it, then we go into scripture. Here we go.
All right. Peace and blessings. Welcome everybody to a impromptu live to discuss something somebody sent me a while back, and I have, been reluctant to talk about like the Trump thing and the political thing because, even though I know that Trump is who he is, and he represents the system of racism, white supremacy. I know that these things, as far as law enforcement and what we see, didn't start with him, and it's not going to end with him. But I definitely thank everybody for tuning in. If y'all come in, y'all let me know where you're coming from. If this your first time to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. I thank everybody who watches these videos, interacts with the channel, all the calls, texts, emails, information, all the articles y'all send me. I really appreciate that, and all the donations as well, super chats, anything that you are doing to help this channel grow. I really appreciate that. So we're going to begin. Like I said, an older lady called me about this bill that was just signed in April the 28th. She asked me, did I know about it? And Trump is going to release the police on the black people, and pretty much the black people. He say criminals, but we all know throughout history, American history, the word criminal has been synonymous with black people. So I took some time to look at the bill. I heard some other people talk about it, so I just decided to address it today because a lot of people talked about when he was elected, he was going to give police qualified immunity, in which, and I'm going to detail that document right now that he said. But qualified immunity, what does that mean? Because from what we've seen from the beginning of the United States history until now, especially with all the police shootings, i.e. Tamir Rice, i.e. Alton Sterling, i.e. Mike Brown, i.e. any other name that you want to put behind it, police have already had qualified immunity. It's very rare that police have been reprimanded, convicted, or even charged with the unarmed death of black men. Now, we've been focusing lately on the latest case, Ryan Hinton, which has gained national attention in Cincinnati because of the actions, allegedly, of his father, who avenged his son and allegedly taking the life of a deputy. But if it were not for that action, we would have no knowledge of our young brother Ryan's death. So that is what is going on. I actually looked up another police shooting in Cincinnati, Ohio, which I this nation there's already been qualified immunity. This just looks like it is being, I guess, signed into law. So let's look at this without further ado. Once again, I thank everybody who chooses to join the live. We're just going to break down this document real quick, and hopefully it'll give some clarity. But I just want you to take a look at some of the wording that is within this document, and I hope y'all see it on the screen. Yeah, y'all can see it on the screen. Look at the top of it. Though this is the name of it. It says strengthening and unleashing America's law enforcement to pursue criminals and protect innocent citizens. And as I mentioned, criminals is always the code word for black people. As I mentioned, Nick said we knew that we could not make it illegal for it to be black or brown in America, but by associating blacks with crime, we could justify going into their neighborhoods and locking them up. So
Okay, let me stop it there. So you can see how the Edomites, they're very sneaky with their words, right? I want to do something. Give me a minute. I want to show something here. See if it pops up. Here it goes. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Override. No. Oh, here it goes. Right here. Check this out. No, a president in America cannot grant qualified immunity to police officers, and they cannot circumvent constitutional law. While presidents have some level of immunity for officer acts, this does not extend to granting immunity to other officers, including police officials, including police officers, to violate constitutional rights. Okay? So, see if I can go back. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, you have to look into it more. What the Edomites say and what they do is two different things. And of course, the presidents are the puppets for the banksters. Okay? No big secret with that. I want to go to Psalm chapter 50, verse 15. And slack if I mispronounce any words. And call upon me in days of trouble, and I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. Right? So we're supposed to call in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for this wicked madness, living in this wicked kingdom that is not our kingdom to begin with, right? Job chapter 9, verse 24, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked, and the wicked are the Edomites. Verse 16, but unto the wicked, Yahweh said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Oh, that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth. When you see the president putting his hand on the Bible, he really is going to obey what's in the Bible and apply the holy days. No, man. It wasn't given to them. It wasn't given to the Edomites. It was only given to so-called Negros, Latinos, Americans, and speckled birds. 17, seeing thou hates instruction, right? They hate instruction, and cast my words behind thee. Okay? All they want to use the Bible is to intimidate our people, to control our people, and to deceive our people. Okay? Isaiah chapter 24. Oops, what happened here? Give me a minute. Here we go. Verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Yeah. When Yahushua comes back, everybody, the whole world, will bow down and obey the law. Okay? So that's we know that this kingdom is not our kingdom. Psalm chapter 37, verse 12. The wicked plot against the just and garnish upon him with his teeth. Yeah, with his power, with his laws, right? Which they don't live by to begin with. Okay? I want to go to Psalm 35, verse 16. With hypocritical mockers and feasts, they garnish upon me with their teeth. Yeah. Don't they, Edomite practice their pagan holidays, right? And always celebrating Thanksgiving, right? The day that they were taking people's lives away. And they're so happy and proud about it. I want to go to Psalm chapter 3. Give me a minute. I'll change this here. Chapter 3, verse 7. Arise, O Yahweh Shai, save me, O my God, my power, right? For thou hast smitten all my enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Yeah, they're not godly, they're ungodly, right? I mean, they have committed so many treasons, not only here in so-called America, but around the world, right? Look what they have done to in Venezuela, right? Just to, give you an example. I want to go to Job chapter 16, verse 10. They have gap upon me with their mouth. No, they have gag. Sorry, sucker. They have gap upon me with their mouth. They have smitten me upon the cheek. Reproachfully they have gathered themselves together against me. Don't they do that always to our people? Every day and every night, non-stop. Okay? So all Donald Trump is doing is what the banksters, right, are telling him to do in order to bring the population down of our people. Psalm chapter 22, verse 13. They gap upon me with their mouth as a ravening and a roaring lion. Yeah, now that they have technology, they are getting more bold and more aggressive, right? And they want to let the whole world know that they still are number one in power, the Edomites. But they're not normal, okay? They're just living a lie because that's all they can do. I want to go to Psalm chapter 10, verse 1. Why stand thou afar off, O Yahweh Shai? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? Verse 2. Give me a minute. Gotta hit this. The wicked in his pride do prosecute the poor. Let them be taken in their devices that they have imagined. And that's what's going on right now, that their own devices that they have been using against our people, so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds, is turning against their, what they have written, what they call law. It's turning against the Edomites, right? And they're trying to sugarcoat everything as fast as they can with technology, but still they cannot sugarcoat the truth. I want to go to Psalm chapter 7. Give me a minute. Verse 16. His mischief shall return upon his own head. Woo! And his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pat. Pat. Pate? Slacker? Okay? So everything that they've been doing, that they're so consistent, so proud of the wickedness that they're doing to our people, is turning against them. Okay? And it's only going to keep increasing. I want to go to Psalm chapter 9, verse 16. Yahushua is known by the judgment which he executes. The wicked is sneer in the work of his own hands. Woo! So, they ain't going to get away just because they have technology, just because they have AI. It ain't going to stop Yahweh Shai from revealing the truth of the wickedness of the Edomites to the whole world through his people, the servants that have been called to do the work. Verse 17, and I'll leave it with this. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forgot Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. See, that's what we're waiting for. So I hope that this was edifying, and with that I say, Shalom.